Hello everyone, welcome back to another session by K21Academy. Today our expert trainer will be talking about the general strategies about the certificate and exam topics. So let's get into the video.
So with that, so guys, when you appear in the certification, the good tips are like you first read the questions very carefully. The question may be simple but may be tricky. So you need to look at the questions carefully, read the question carefully, and look at all the options available. And first of all, take out all the wrong answers that you think and see what may be the possible answers, and then from the possible answer choose one as per your experience, as per your knowledge. Identify. So basically, when you see any question, you need to identify the critical text from the question that can imply to a certain features, like it can be from an automated ML, feature selection, pipelines, trains, run, model, etc., etc. The main point, you need to look at the question very carefully. Maybe the answer is hidden in the question itself. So better to look at the question very carefully. You need to pay attention to the qualifying clauses. Sometimes they give the clauses that can help you to choose the answer correctly, and also may help you to choose the wrong answer. So better you read out the question very carefully. And of course, you need to eliminate the obviously wrong answers to narrow down the selection of possible right answers. That is general strategies that you need to follow when you appear any certification, not only this one. Now, why do we need to use, why we need to clear the certification? The certification will help your career, will help you to become an Oracle integration specialist. And once you will have that certification, or once you will have this badge, you will put up in your CV. That will increase the weightage of your CV, and your CV will be identified uniquely. Of course, once you will get a good job, you will earn more money. So this certification, the name of the certification is Oracle Cloud Platform Application Integration 2022 professional exam, is designed for individuals who possess a strong foundational knowledge. So if you have a good amount of experience, of course, you can pass this certification very easily, because when you do your hands-on, you will come to know all the features, all the navigations, all the stuff. And of course, that will help you to clear that certification. Now, let us look at what kind of questions comes, how many questions comes, and what is the passing mark. So first of all, this exam is all about multiple choice. You will have a question, you will have multiple options. Sometimes you need to choose the only single option, and sometimes you need to choose multiple options. And duration of this exam is 90 minutes. Total number of questions are 55, and you must get 65% to pass this exam. So that is how this exam works. Now, what are the topics that covers in this exam? The first is Oracle Cloud Integration, one of the main features of Oracle integration itself, right? So you need to know the key features and components of application integration. Explain application integration concepts. There may be a question from this. Describe the application integration architecture, maybe some best practices kind of questions. You may need to answer like some questions like difference between XML, SOAP versus REST and JSON functionality. And then integration. So that the first topic is the common topic, and the second topic is specific to the integration. So you need to understand the OIC components, its feature and capabilities. So when you are creating a connection, you need to look at all those adapters very carefully. So when you're creating a connection, you should know what type of adapter supports trigger role, what type of adapter supports invoke role, and when you configure that connection, what are the mandatory properties, what are the optional properties, what are the security related details we need to pass on, and what type of security is supported into a particular adapter. For example, you are creating a REST adapter. When you're creating a REST adapter as an invoke, you need to choose the security like OAuth, basic authentication, basic OAuth, or OAuth. So there may be a question, just an example, what kind of securities policy are supported in REST connection when you choose trigger. So here is the clause, when you choose trigger. So you need to read that question very carefully, because there's a clause when you choose role trigger. If you will not read that role trigger, you may miss the answer, right? So when you create a app-driven orchestration schedule integration, you may need to provide certain options. So you need to be aware about it. When we create lookups, what are the options available after a lookup is created? For example, when we create a lookup, we can clone it, we can delete it, we can export to CSV, right? When we do mapping, what are the options available, like testing option, like how many can we map one source to multiple target, and vice versa. So such type of questions can be asked. Explain on-prem connectivity agent, like what are the connectivity options, connectivity agents options available, something like this. And of course, the best practices. What are the best practices that you follow? There may be a question. And understanding the file handling options, like what are the operations available in the FTP adapter, what are the options available in file adapter operation, I mean what are the operations available in stage file. So this type of questions may be asked from this. And of course, from the scope and font handling, and then orchestration action like for each, like while, like switch. The question can come. Exploring file server use cases, like when you create a file server, right? What are the security, when you configure a user in the file server, what are the security options available, right? What is the space that you get by default in the file server? Okay. Develop B2B flows in Oracle integration. Certain questions can be asked in the B2B for sure. And then there are plenty number of questions which are there from the SOA/CS topic as well, which is altogether different. Like you may need to describe. So there may be questions from the adapters, routing, and then security policy. And then perform administration and application lifecycle tasks using SOA/CS user interfaces. Build and deploy composite applications to Oracle SOA Suite. So you should have a little experience of SOA CS as well. So I guess there are 5 to 6 questions that come from this particular topic. And of course, processes plays a very important role. So when you start developing processes, then you will get to know all the features of process. But yes, few questions are being asked in the certification. Develop business processes, integrate with application services, meaning what kind of options are available to integrate the applications. Like we can use web services, we can use REST APIs, we can use the integration catalog. When you create human tasks, when you use human task action, you may there may be questions, what kind of reminders options available, right? What are the options available when you configure what we say reminders templates, right? So these are the questions. So you need to explore the human task action and then web forms too. So managing application data, right? When you create a form, you can create from the XSDs. So you may need to ask this. There may be a question like, what are the options available to create the data structure? When you create a decisions, there may be a few questions from the decision rules as well. And then another topic is integration insight. Okay, so work with insight model. So you need to know the what model is, right? When you create the integration, what kind of milestones we can create, right? And when we deactivate, what happens, right? What is the default purging policy of the insight? So all those kind of questions can be asked from the integration insights, right? When you do uh, mapping of the milestones, there may be a question analyzing business processes. So now what are the prerequisites when you want to subscribe for the exam? First of all, you must have an Oracle account. If you don't have one, you can create absolutely free. When you are appearing in the exam, make sure you have a desktop, laptop, and you are sitting in an ideal room, because the guy who is sitting in front of you will check the complete room. No one should be there. You should not have a mobile phone. You should not have any other electronic device, nothing, right? Your webcam should be open. You should carry a government issued ID like passport or the Aadhaar card, something like this. Make sure you are sitting in a quiet room, free from a distraction. And when you are appearing the exam, make sure you log in 30 minutes before. Now, you need to go to this particular link, like https://mylearn.oracle.com/learning-path-become an application integration professional 98851. Okay, when you use this link, you will be landed on a page wherein you will see a option called register now. There may be there are few recordings as well that you can go through just to look at what kind of questions can appear. Okay, register now. You click the register now. If you if you have not registered already, you register now, and you may need to log in into the cloud, not cloud. Maybe you will be landed on a SSO page wherein you need to log in. Once you do this, you will see all these options like delivery, format, duration, number of questions, the passing score, and you need to click on schedule your exam. Okay, once you click on a schedule your exam, you will have an option to choose your time zone, and then choose the date which you would like to use to appear in the exam, and then choose the slots from the available list. And once you choose it, click on save and continue, and then you will be landed on a card page wherein you need to do the payment, and it is almost like 19K. Okay, maybe around $250 that you need to pay for this exam. And once you do all those steps, so there are 40 steps that you need to complete. Once you do all those 40 steps, you will get a notification with the date and time, with all the instructions that you need to follow during your exam. So when you are doing your integration, you go through different screens, and all the questions comes from screens itself. So when you are doing any configuration, you look at that configuration very carefully. So let's explore a few questions. So like on this integration, when you go to the certificate screen page to upload a certificate, so there may be a few questions from this certificate screen as well. What kind of certificates the certificate screen allow you to upload? What kind of certificate allows you to upload JKS file? So if you have done that upload of the certificate from this screen, then of course you will be able to give the answer correctly. So you go to this screen and see all the available options here. Like I mentioned, when you are doing any configuration like lookup configuration, you explore all the options that are available against a particular line item. For example, we are doing a lookup configuration. When you hover on the lookup, you will see this action menu and see what are the options available. Like you can clone it, you can export it to the CSV, you can delete that lookup. Not only for the lookup, even for the connection, library, integration, and other options like agent as well. So explore all those actions that are against the, the design time artifacts. Like SOAP adapter. When you are configuring the SOAP adapter, like I mentioned, when you configure the adapter, look at all the available options and try to differentiate between trigger and invoke role. So like when you're configuring the SOAP adapter, like you choose role trigger, you may choose role invoke. When you choose role trigger, you may see only these two options. When you choose role invoke of the SOAP adapter, you can see these three options. There may be a question, what are the common in both trigger and invoke, like suppress insertion of timestamp into a request. Here also you see this option, suppress insertion of timestamp into the request. Okay, maybe there's a security option as well. What are the security options available in SOAP adapter, trigger, and invoke? So when you are configuring the stage file action, you need to look at the operations available. There may be a question like, do we have a delete operation in the stage file action? Or what are the options available in the stage file? Maybe delete, read entire file, read file in segment, zip, right? And when you choose the stage file operation like read entire file, read file in segments, do we have this configure file reference options available or not? Can we reposition the stage file action? When we choose the read file in segments. So when you do repositioning, you have a limitations that you cannot reposition all the actions. So you may face such kind of questions in the certification, like repositioning I mentioned, for sure. So there's a question, there may be one question, two questions. What kind of actions you can reposition? So you need to look at, when you are doing configuration, you need to look at, this is the action I can reposition, this is the action I can reposition, this is the action I cannot reposition. All those will come from the experience. When you create a connection, what are the steps involved? Like you select adapter, you choose a role, you give a configuration, and you test it. So there may be a 5 to 6 options. And the question can say, hey, choose the correct 4 answers from the available options. When you create a connection, what 4 steps you follow? Choose 4 options or 5 options. So you need to choose from the list of options available. What are the features available in Oracle integrations? So like we have an integration, we have a visual builder, we have a B2B, we have an insight, we have a process, we have a file server. So if you know the feature, then of course you can choose the correct answer.
Hey guys, I hope this clip really helped you. And if you really like it, then do give us a thumbs up. And if you're really intrigued by the kind of words used, or maybe if this all is new to you, then we have something really special for you. We have our free class on Oracle Integration Cloud Services, and it's very easy. For that, you just have to log on to K21Academy.com /OIC02. So just let me give you a small demo, all right? So what you have to do is just go to your browser and type in K21Academy.com /OIC02. Click on book your free seat now. Select the event whenever you're available, add your credentials, add your email address, your phone number, and click on proceed ahead. Every kind of detail will be shared out to you on your email address and your phone numbers. After that, you'll be seeing this kind of link on extreme right. All you have to do is just save that link, add that link to your calendars, and you'll be able to learn what is cloud computing, different type of service models, Oracle Integration Cloud Services, what is OIC, what is its architecture. We'll be giving you a live demo and a walkthrough of Oracle Cloud and OIC Cloud instances. You'll be getting to know about different job opportunities. There'll be question and answers and a free gift for all the action takers. Till then, take care, keep hustling, and I'll see you in the next class.